Welcome, welcome. We went from the oldest building on our campus to the newest building on our campus, the Wisner-Bottrall Applied Technology Center. Welcome, and thank you so much for making the trek up the hill here. It's a little warm out today. I used to only wear waterproof mascara when I knew a student was going to speak and I knew I would cry, but it's a good thing we did today because I'm sure you're melting just like I'm melting right now. My name is Kathy Mullins, and I am proud to serve as the Executive Director of the GRCC Foundation and Vice President for College Advancement here at Grand Rapids Community College. Before we begin, I want to again take a minute to recognize the GRCC Board of Trustees that are in the audience, as well as the GRCC Foundation Board members. If you could wave, thank you. I'd also like to recognize elected officials and retired elected officials that might be in the audience, retired board members as well. We also have a President Emeritus here in the audience, Dr. Oliveris. Thank you for being here today. I'd also like to thank the donors. We would not be here today without your support, so thank you so very much to your dedication and support of Grand Rapids Community College. It never fails. You take care of us, and we appreciate you. It's now my pleasure to introduce you all to the Chairperson of the Grand Rapids Community College Board of Trustees, Dave Cucci.
Thanks, Kathy. So I wonder if how many of you out there listen to the same weather forecasts that I listen to, and I'm gathering none of you did, because when I listened this morning to local TV, they said it's a shorts and t-shirt day today. And here we all are dressed in this stuff here. So anyway, we don't pay any attention to that anymore. Wow. Let me just say welcome to the Wisner-Bottrall Applied Tech Center, or as we often refer it to as just the Applied Tech Center. Walking over on the hallway, on the sidewalk, I was just commenting how names of buildings sort of morph over time, and it's so nice that we literally nail to the walls the names of the people who made this all possible. Creative design. Those are the two words that best capture what goes on behind these walls. It's here that our students intersect with the manufacturing and service industries. It's here where the prototypes, driven by a passion for creative excellence, are under constant development. It's here where students focus on the application of tomorrow's high-tech production equipment. And it's here where students hone their skills as they prepare for manufacturing, service, and distribution industries. When we cut this ribbon in a few moments, we celebrate this community's commitment to expand the possibilities for tomorrow's problem solvers. We remain ever grateful for the generous support for this community, because without that support, we wouldn't be sitting here this morning. It's now my pleasure to introduce the department head of the manufacturing department, Nate Spahn.
Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Nate Spahn, and I am the department head for manufacturing here at GRCC. I'm pleased to welcome you to our ribbon-cutting ceremony for the expansion of the Wisner-Bottrall Applied Technology Center, also known as the ATC. This is exciting for me because I am actually a graduate of Grand Rapids Junior College, and the original Applied Tech Center opened my freshman year 30 years ago. Having the facilities and the resources of the ATC back when I was a student helped guide me to pursue a degree in mechanical engineering at Western Michigan University. All right, go Broncos! I'm not sure if I would have had followed the same career path had it not been for this facility. I look forward to seeing students have fresh new labs and classrooms to explore their interests like I did. I never would have guessed 30 years ago that I would be standing here in service to the Grand Rapids community, but I'm very grateful to be back for round number 2. Truly, having this facility gives us the "if you build it, they will come" feeling from the Field of Dreams. The pandemic we are going through has been tough on students that tend to be hands-on learners, and this facility will be the beacon that brings back past students and future students. The facility was designed to have more accommodating common areas for students. We also have expanded capacity for most of our labs with new or updated equipment. For example, after we move past this pandemic, we will now have the capacity in the state-of-the-art machine tool lab located to our left or your right to concurrently run about 3 classes at the same time. Now, this is a big deal. The machine tool lab not only holds GRCC courses, but also holds classes from the Kent Intermediate School District, the high school, Ferris State University, and along with customized corporate trainings. We know that the learning environment matters, and students tend to perform higher when they feel comfortable. The renovations and expansion in the ATC will be welcoming to students, and this wasn't by accident. Maximizing natural light, traffic patterns, wall colors, types of desks, every detail was reviewed. Our ATC will be a place where students will want to gather, where students will establish friendships, networks, and deeper roots in our community. This expansion will enhance students' learning. Students like Billy Mangu. Billy is a current GRC student and a former student of mine. And he was the first person I thought of when I was asked if I had a student who would be willing to speak at this event. Billy's story of how he arrived in Grand Rapids, how he works full-time while taking a very heavy class load, and where he plans on going after GRCC is very inspiring. Anyone who has helped to support the ATC expansion in any way, teachers, planners, donors, cleaning crews, you are all part of the fuel that's going to help Billy achieve his dreams. Please welcome a future GRCC alumni. He's about 75% of the way there. Billy Mangu. He'll be much more interesting than I am.
I don't know. Hey, I'm too short. Sorry about that. Hi. So now you can see me. Hello, everybody. So, morning. My name is Billy Mangu. I'm a student here at GRCC. So I obtained my certificate in tooling and manufacturing applied technology. Soon I'll be getting my associate degree in that program. My goal, thank you. So my goal is to get a degree in manufacturing engineering. So I came here in America in 2018 at the end of June. It was not easy. So I came from a small country. So my country is called Rwanda. I think everybody knows about the country. And I came here by myself. I was with no family. And it was hard for me to live here in the United States without no family, no friend. So I was supposed to create my own family and my own environment. And I decided to go back to school because I was seeing that life here, it was not easy. But before I go back to school, I had a thought to get married before I start my journey here. I was thinking if I get married, everything was going to be easier for me. But it didn't work. It didn't work the way I was planning that. Anyway, I didn't lose hope because after 2018, I was supposed to get my everything to prepare myself to be ready to go to school. So in 2019, in first semester, I started my first classes here at GRCC. And even if everything was not going in the way I was planning that, but I keep pushing myself. And I end up by getting my certificate in that touring and manufacturing degree. In that touring manufacturing program. And I was working full-time, doing my job full-time. Also, it was not easy because I was supposed to come here in the morning and going at my job afternoon. And my motivation about that, I always make sure that I'm not wasting my time. I always do my necessary thing in the right time. And I tell myself that there is nothing I can get without pain. In the journey of life, everything takes process and to its perfection. No matter how challenging life is, I keep going. I don't lose my control. And the last thing, I would like to thank the administration of GRCC for all the support are providing for helping students to achieve their goals and their big dreams. This new building, I think, is going to play a huge role in receiving a large number of students where they will be having now space to take their reasons. And I hope that it will take the school to stay on the excellent and competitive as always it is. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Billy. Well, you wanted a family here. That's what you have at GRCC. So you picked the right place. Thank you. It's now my pleasure to introduce you all to the 10th president of Grand Rapids Community College, Dr. Bill Pink.
Thank you, Kathy. Good morning again. To some of you, it's again. To some of you, it's the first time. It's so good to be here this morning, and it's so nice to be able to get together and celebrate the reopening of 4 beautiful facilities. And in this one, the Applied Technology Center is right there at the top of all 4 of these in level of importance because of the work that happens in this building. But the thing about that is Nate mentioned, and by the way, I owe Nate an apology. Nate, I'm sorry that you have to have the coat and tie on today, man. I know you're ready to work, and because you're one of the hardest ones on campus, and so rip that tie off as soon as you can. But we appreciate you, appreciate your history here, and appreciate your present and your future as part of this family. So thank you, Nate, for what you've said today. And Billy, I got to tell you, it's always good to be able to hear from people in our community about what this college does. It's always nice to hear folks who are here on campus, faculty and staff, talk about this institution. But all of those pale in comparison when we hear from our students. Because our students, you are the ones that this is all about. If we're not doing our job according to what meets your needs, then we're not doing a job. And so you understand, as Dr. Mullins mentioned, this GRCC family, it means a lot to all of us. You're part of that family. And to hear what you said today and to know the impact that people like Nate and others have had and continue to have to you, that is what this institution is all about. It's about you. It's about the other 20+ thousand people that come through the doors of this institution. Thank you for having this institution as part of your journey and part of what your next is. Thank you. I want to say thank you. If we have in attendance today, we have the 2 contractors that worked on this beautiful facility, Fishbeck as well as Triangle Associates. Thank you. If we have representatives, please give a hand to them for the incredible work that's been done. Well, what's nice about this is that the work that happens in this building, whether it be this new facility or the work that's been happening for a while in the rest of the Applied Technology Center, It is important to our students, it's important to this community because of how we educate and train leaders and a workforce of tomorrow and of today. One of the things about our institution is that there are families, there are donors who mean so much to us. And when you think about workforce development, when you think about education in the skilled trades, and you think about GRCC, for me, 3 names always come to mind: Wisner, Tassel, Bottrall. Those names mean a lot to this institution. And part of what you see in the namesake says it all. I would love to have Joyce Wisner here with us today. We lost her here recently. It would be so nice to have her with us today. But we know that this is an occasion that she not only would enjoy, but that she would celebrate along with us, and that she would love to see this beautiful facility. I remember, David, several years ago, being able to present her with an honorary associate degree. That to me was special because of how special she is to this institution. It was an honor for me to be able to do that. It also, I should have sent a text message to Steve Ender and to Juan Oliveras afterwards saying, ha ha ha, look what I got to do. Because she's that special to this institution. And we know how special this family is to us. Because of not only the funds that they have donated to this institution for beautiful facilities like this, but also because of just the passion you have for the work that happens here, David. You and your family, the Wisners, the Bottralls, the Tassels, you're always connected to this institution, and you're always wanting to know not only what's happening, but how you can be a part of it. So for people like you and Michelle to be not only friends and family, but to be alum of this college, it means so much to us to be able to celebrate the opening of this with you. And it's special for us because we get to celebrate that with you. Friends, I encourage you to go into this building and see it. You know, one thing about the manufacturing spaces that you'll see in here, also would want to make mention, I know I saw Department Head Drew Rosema here as well. There's also some really strong work that has been done in our computer information systems department as well. You'll see some of that work also because of how this addition to this building has done so much. There's Drew. I see you, Drew, over there. This building has done so much for those departments, but also because of it doing so much for Drew and his team, for Nate and his team, and others who exist in here, as Nate mentioned, that's no accident. We're talking about GRCC faculty and students. We're talking about students from the Kent Intermediate School District, KCTC. We're talking about our partnership with Ferris State, but we're also talking about those companies that come in for customized training that happen to be work that is very specific to their needs. That type of work will happen in here. Those are entities and those are efforts that truly help build our community, friends, because it helps build the workforce that we know we need. And it also helps continue the education of some of the incumbent workers who come in here from companies that have to get more training. GRCC is the place for that. The faculty that are here, the staff that wrap their arms around our students, they are the reason. But what is so cool about it is that people like David and Michelle, the Bottrall family, the Wisner family, the Tassel family, as we just saw a little while ago, Finkelstein family, all these names, these are people who care enough about this community that they know that the way you care for the community, that one strong way you care for this community is to care for its community college. Because the community college is the one that continues to build the community. That's not to say anything bad about my four-year partners. They are vital to us. Ferris State University is vital to GRCC. Grand Valley State, Davenport University, Aquinas, Cornerstone, Calvin, all of them, you name it. They're all vital to us. But the thing about it is that the step that this institution provides, the work that it provides, gives our students and our community a huge leg up. and it gives them an education and training that is indeed second to none. So I encourage you today to make sure before you leave, and if you don't have time today, please make your way back over to campus sometime if you don't have time to see this facility, because indeed, it is a beautiful facility that will be able to service our students and service our community for decades to come. And it's not done without partners like those who are so generous to us. And this time, I want to introduce to you two of that we're proud of, our proud alum, two proud members of our GRCC family, David and Michelle Bottrall.
This looks pretty cool. Oh, that's up too high. Anyways. Wow. Thank you for those wonderful remarks, Dr. Pink. I must say, first of all, thank you all for coming and for being here on this great day. I just came from the Finkelstein thing, and I'm going to go from here to honor Steve, and it's all going to be it's a great day. I never dreamed that we would ever be having a second ribbon cutting for this building, this wonderful building that's been changing lives for a long time already. This school has always been good stewards with the money it receives from its donors. But you've certainly blown the roof off with this latest campaign. 4 ribbon cuttings in one day. That's got to be a record for this college, and I just so tickled with that. And let's remember, as has been said already today, it would never have been this successful without the tireless efforts of so many people. People like President Pink and Kathy Mullins, people like the board members and the faculty, and most importantly, in the end, the generosity of so many individuals and organizations. Let's also remember, as we've been reminded today, Grand Rapids Community College is part of the very fabric of this community. Its DNA is wrapped into this community everywhere. My father went here, I went here, my wife Michelle went here, my brother Leslie went here. What goes on inside these walls is a perfect match for what all of us believe in as a family, that education is the key to a better life. Most of us are not born with the God-given multiple talents of a Michelangelo or born to have had the pure luck of being a part of the royal family of England. But everyone here knows that an education is the great equalizer in this country. An education equips you with the skills you need to survive in today's world so you can provide society with a marketable skill of some sort. With an education, life does not have to be a daily survival contest. At our June Foundation board meeting, Dr. Pink stated, and I quote, "Grand Rapids Community College is committed to making sure that we are not offering programs or degrees that aren't relevant to the employers in our community. We are also committed to ensuring that the training and degrees our students receive lead to family sustaining wages, unquote. He gets it. This school gets it. That's huge. And he is also saying with that statement, now my words here, if you're going to work hard, work smart, and we'll help you do that. This school has its finger on the pulse of the community and what the real needs of employers are going to be in the future. They don't just throw graduates over the wall and say, good luck. Here, and this is becoming a deal breaker in a lot of schools, the professors and administrators know that they have to treat the student as the customer. And that's you, Billy. God bless you for coming up here. You're the customer. You're what it's all about. And they get it here. They understand that. You are not just a simple commodity from which to extract tuition. They care. Even back when I attended in 1969 through 1971, I always felt like the teachers cared about whether or not I was truly learning something. In short, they made me feel like I was not just a number. So, to the students who pass through here, through these doors, we all here collectively say, pay attention. You are going to get a first-class education, literally spoon-fed to you from day one. In my grandfather's day, the idea of apprenticeship meant sweeping the floor for 6 months before anyone would take the time to show you a thing. He couldn't believe what you were doing at Tassel M-Tech. He couldn't believe it. Grand Rapids is a big-hearted community. It has been unusually blessed with a spirit of philanthropy. Think of your trip down here today and visualize our city without the places you casually drove by. No Van Andel Arena, no Meyer Heart Center, no Lemon Holton or Lax Cancer Centers, and no Helen DeVos Children's Hospital for a helicopter to land on with someone's loved one inside. Maybe instead they are just empty lots with weeds coming out of the cracks like in so many other cities. Pretty bleak image. But that's, thank goodness, not Grand Rapids. We have been blessed by givers. That's why so many people want to live here. But my friends, Old Father Time continues to pick all of our pockets. We are losing so many of the individuals who learned their lessons on giving back from the great one, Rich DeVos. Personally, last month, as Dr. Pink said, our family lost my dear mother. She was 91. And I thank you. I didn't know you were going to have their picture in here. It made me cry. Not long ago, we lost Peter Secchia. He and Joan played a huge role in bringing life to this very building. And the list goes on. I will be 70 years old in a few months. I and my brothers, Donnie and Les, are the third generation of this family that has been giving to this great school. Third. And I'm going to be 70 in a couple of months. But I have brought here today some of the fourth and fifth generation of this family. I am so proud of them. Thank you. I am so proud of them and wish they would please stand up so that you can at least see them. I hope I live long enough to see some of them going here today. We pray that by the example, my grandfather, and my parents, and ourselves as a family will instill in them this whole notion of paying it forward when you have in turn been blessed yourself. I'm confident they will. Before I stop, I want to give a personal thank you from this family to two individuals that are here, Hillary Snell and Mike Julian. Would you please stand? Thank you. These two gentlemen were the trusted advisors and confidants of my grandfather and my family going back over 40 years. They have sat on our board since its very inception, and their collective wisdom in the law and taxes and investments and how foundations are properly run, because they sit on a number of them themselves, and have brought that wisdom to us as a family. And it's been invaluable, and they are a big part of why this building is here to serve people like Billy. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Michelle. And thank you to all of the family members that are in attendance here today. We are so glad to have you here, and I can't wait for you to get inside to see this building. You will have an opportunity to do that on a personal nature. I'm going to go ahead and make a arrangement so that the foundation comes to tour. So if you're not able to do that today, know that you get to in the very near future. All right, so now here is the most exciting time of today's celebration. Let's go ahead and cut the ribbon. So how about David and Michelle come on up, GRCC board members come on up, Foundation and Board of Trustee, and David, if there's anyone in your family that you'd like to come, have them come up.